Hello guys, and welcome back. It's DoomGuy96. It's been a long time coming, 13 years since about my last video that I posted. So I've decided with Forza 6 to relaunch the channel and try doing videos again. Obviously, no webcam, not yet anyways. With it being racing sims, don't think it's truly necessary for right now to get a webcam to start right away. So I've got Forza 6 Complete Edition, so I'll be able to start doing videos as soon as pre-release starts. And then with that, I plan on doing a Forza Motorsport series here during my time trying to get better. I've recently got a Moza R3 to kind of start getting into the more serious sim racing. Definitely don't plan on doing iRacing. Definitely not my kind of thing. Don't want to pay for every car and track that I have to use. You'll see, obviously, I've got a couple cars and a good bit of them are leveled up. Most of that was with controller a few years back. I don't have too much experience with the sim racing. I've been doing it for maybe a week and a half now, trying to get the different settings and tunings done, making sure that the thing's not going to break my wrist. I do have it turned down a little bit, simply because when I race with the shifter I got, the steering wheel likes to throw one hand around. Two hands isn't too bad. But, so I'll be using the Turtle Beach Velocity 1 multi-shift when I'm racing in, muscle cars or older cars, just to give it more of that realistic feel of, what it was like to drive the different cars. Obviously, something like this McLaren P1 does not have a shifter in the side. It is a paddle shifter. And so, with that in mind, I'm obviously going to use the paddle shifters. Now here we're at Spa, simply because it's kind of a good track to mindlessly drive. There are some sharp areas, but otherwise, very chill to just kind of cruise around in. With everything happening and everything that I've got, I think I might also try to jump into EAWRC. I've always found kind of an interest in rally racing. A reason we're shifting away from, Minecraft and the horror aspects that we had originally started the channel with is about 2 years back, my buddy Lags got me into Formula 1, big time. And I mean big time. I now watch every single race, every single practice, and since then I've gotten more into cars and actual motorsport. Now before I played Forza 5, I was big into Need for Speed as a kid, which I'm sure a lot of us were. But, that's more arcade racing, and when I had gotten Forza 5, I figured it was going to be the same thing. Especially, transitioning over into steering wheel. That was not the case. And I generally suck. Anything super fast. I do know I brake too early. I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments from, trolls or more serious racers telling me I need to lay off the brakes some. So to get better, I've debated on getting an AI coach, but I figured I'd start out without it and kind of learn in my own direction. And it seems to be working out pretty good. I can't complain too much. So, we're averaging around a 234 on Spa, which I know probably isn't, you know, as good as some other people are doing. Oh, off track, dang it. At least the first lap was a clean lap. We'll take it. So, for now, we're just kind of showcasing what I'm able to do right now before Forza 6 comes out. Gonna do a little bit of side videos. I know a lot of people edit their videos and take a lot of time. However, you know, I'm 29 with 3 kids. I can't dedicate my whole life to doing YouTube. I figured it'd just be a little fun thing to do on the side, especially while I'm getting into sim racing. You know, kind of record it all and see what happens. Too wide. Yes, that wasn't terrible after all. Alright. Let's go. Oh no. Change back here. This is way more comfortable. I don't have a cockpit, so right now you probably hear some shaking occasionally when it comes to my desk. I have had some things fall on me, and I've tried to, you know, move stuff around to prevent that from happening again, but in case you hear a loud crash, that's just stuff falling off my desk. At some point here within the next month or so, I'll end up getting a cockpit, but especially with the power of the Moza R3, I don't think it's too necessary. You know, I know some of the more advanced and more powerful steering wheel and force feedback sense can pretty much throw your desk. Still off track on that corner. 234 is my cleanest lap so far. I mean, that was a 229, but it wasn't a clean lap, unfortunately. Ooh, into the grass. Crap. Okay, this lap's just for giggles. Ooh, yeah. So, a little bit about the settings while I have it on Motorsport is I do have expert rule sets on and simulated damage. I have actually messed up a few engines, downshifting too much. I'm learning with these more advanced cars, you don't have to go down into like second for some of these turns, you can stay in third. Which, in the Impreza I'm used to racing, which is a slower one, you definitely gotta, you know, go down to second for some of these speeds, but that has definitely caused some damage to my engines before. Oh, almost kept it. Okay. I do like McLaren. That's why I decided to do the P1 for the intro video. Lando Norris fan. Picked him, not last year, but the 2024 season during October. I had just jokingly picked him because his last name was Norris, and I like Chuck Norris. But, you know, 2025 comes around, and here he is, champion. So, it was a good pick. Also, always liked McLaren cars compared to any other hypercars and supercars like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Bugattis, all that type of stuff. You know, McLaren's always looked the best in my opinion. And so it's definitely something you're gonna see me in a lot. There we go. We got around that turn clean. Gas. Okay, broke really early for that, but gonna make it around this chicane real nicely. Very beautiful. Not gonna hit the brake there and gas it. Oh, just barely slower. As you can see, I only have 3,000 kilometers on this car, so I'm nowhere near a pro at it. Maybe level 27, but that's just, you know, kinda driving around. No, no, no! Dang it. Not terrible. Learn to cut the lines a little bit. Alright, let's see if we can get this one in. Oh, that was bad. Fine, that lap don't count anyways. No. Dang it. Alright, I need to stop watching the times. Time to be serious. Lock in. Oh, no. It's alright. Definite time gain there. Yep. Of course, that one I'll somehow do better. That's just how it goes. See what I mean by second? It's habit, to be honest, to go down in a second through these turns. Small time gain. Geez, I'm up to a 0.6 seconds. This would be terrible for a race. I'm only in lap 5. Lap 5 would have destroyed me. There we go. Of course, that's the best I've done for that. Oof. Ooh, that was a good one. My goal is to try to drop it down to a 2:30 clean lap by the end. Simply because I feel like that's a good time to get. There's 2:26, but not clean lap. And that's half my problem, is I keep looking at my lap time. Ooh, there's a better time on that. Still on a clean lap. Let's go. I just need to knock off another second. .1. Ah, 230.1. All right. With almost half a tank left. All right, guys. Well, before we get too into this and get too serious, we're going to go ahead and call that wraps for the reboot video. I hope you appreciate the content and continue to watch. You know, maybe hit that subscribe button so you can know when I release the next videos. Otherwise, thanks again, and peace out.